Hello students, today we will discuss about modern psychological novel. First, beginnings of modern psychological novel. Strictly speaking, the modern psychological novel was born between 1913 and 1915 with the publication of Marcel Proust's Remembrance 1913 and 1915 with the publication of Marcel Proust's of Things Past in 1913 and Mrs. Dorothy Richardson first volume of Pilgrims in 1915. James Joyce also began publishing in 1914 in a serial form a novel entitled A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. There was a mere distinctly different talents and temperaments were writing was destined to have a remarkable influence on English fiction. Next is Sigmund Freud. Presently, Dr. Sigmund Freud appeared to the scene with his brilliant thesis in psychoanalysis, which violently shook the foundation of human thought. That man has got a subconscious reservoir of suppressed thoughts and desires was an eye-opener to many. Freud declared that every little action of thoughts could be traced back to his sex instincts. Okay. Next, William James. It was William James who first of all named the stream of consciousness in his admirable book Principles of Psychology, published in 1890. The metaphor was invoked by him to describe the flux of the mind, its continuity and yet continuous change. Consciousness, William James said, is an amalgam of all that we have experienced and continue to experience. Next, New Horizon, a new time scheme. The psychological novel opened out new horizons for the art of the novelist. It showed him the way to bring the reader into direct contact with all that was going on inside the human mind. The temperaments, moods, fantasies, associative memories, monetary observation, and subconscious thoughts of the leading person in the novel assumed a greater significance than before. The exponent of this new technique believed that all reality lies in the consciousness. Next, minimization of plot. The annihilation of tyranny of time necessitated the minimization of plot, almost complete elimination of action, and elaborate descriptions of characters by describing their individual appearances, gestures, circumstances, and physical habits. Plot, action, character, and thought are drowned in the stream of consciousness. Only consciousness remains bottomless and endless. Next, a difference between the old and the new techniques of the novel. Leon Edel has nicely explained the differences between the old and new techniques of the novel. The old-time reader of novels sat down with his book and made a simple demand upon the author. Regale me, offer me comedy and tears, tell me about droll people and lovers and a story that will keep me rooted to the spot and my eyes to the page. The case is reversed when we come to the modern psychological novel. It is the author who says to the reader, here is the artistic records of a mind. At the very moment it is thinking, try to penetrate within it. You will know only as much as this mind may be. Next, no memorable characters. The modern psychological novelist does not provide an array of memorable characters. There is only one character with which to identify oneself. With the most modern writers like Joyce, Lawrence Huxley, and Virginia Woolf, the memorable characters have disappeared altogether. The chief aim of the modern novelist is not to create memorable characters, but to find out exactly what people are like and to record his discoveries. His purpose is psychological research. He wants to get all that is there in an individual, and in conducting his research, he discovers that real people are not just good and bad, as the Victorians thought they are not, if modern psychology is right, composed of elements known as qualities at all. Next, a tendency to present a slice of life. The modern psychological novelist therefore exhibits a tendency to present a slice of life in series of flashes instead of bringing the scenes as he highlights of a logically developed story in a chronological order. He realized that life is not be enmeshed in that neat, rounded plots and characters of the traditional novelist. Life is a continuous motion and endless alternations of ebb and flow. It might be Virginia Woolf herself speaking through the concluding soliloquy of Bernard in the Waves when he says to himself. Next, the anticipators of the psychological novels. Samuel Richardson. The attempt to note down the elusive thoughts of one is hardly conscious, and the automatic reactions to fleeting impressions is not entirely new. It has been used by many novelists to portray the human mind in one of those moments of acute mental stress when it records with meaningless precision a series of disconnected impressions. Moment when apparently irrelevant trifles make a deep impression. In the preface to Clarissa, Richardson says that the letters abound not only with critical situation, but with what may be called instantaneous descriptions and reflections, as also with affecting conversation, many of them written in the dialogue or dramatic phase. The author disappears and the reader has the feeling that he is directly looking into mind of characters. Next, Lawrence Stern. After Richardson, there was a little attempt unknown at portraying and introspective characters. Motives were not explored and the still places of the soul left undisturbed. Lawrence Stern wrote a novel Tristram Shandy with no plot at all, no heroine and no action, and owing no other law than caprice and random association. His narrative consisted of episodes, conversations, perpetual digressions, excursions in learning, with unfinished sentences, dacious pages, fantastic syntax, capricious in humor. Witty sentiment. Stern was asserting indirectly that the orderly narrative of events, with their time and space realism, had little relation to the disorder of the human mind, where sequence is not logical but incredibly capricious. In this respect, Stern may be called a precursor of the technique of the modern psychological novel. It has been used by many novelists to portray the human mind in one of those moments of acute mental stress when it records with meaningless Precision, a series of disconnected impressions, moment when apparently irrelevant trifles makes a deep impression. In the preface of Clarissa, Richardson says that the letters abound not only with critical suggestion, but with what may be called instantaneous descriptions and reflections, as also with affecting conversation, many of them written in the dialogue or dramatic field. The author disappears and the reader has the feeling that he is directly looking into mind of characters. The chief interest of Clarissa is psychological theme offered great scope for Richardson. Profound and microscope insight into the working of emotions. There was a mere distinctly different talents and temperaments were writing works destined to have a remarkable influence on English fiction. While turning it away from external to inner reality. From the outward world to the hidden world of fantasy and reverie.